Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my fellow YouTubers and Facebookians. Welcome to another edition of Living Simply and Fun. I'm your host, Rita. So, let's just get down to brass tacks today, okay? So, as everyone knows, I'm utilizing the library, weather permitting, of course. Tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday will be raining, so I got Sunday through Wednesday, as long as it's sunny and cloudy, I can go to the library. Thursday is going to go back to pure rain, which means Thursday night I got to send Chloe out of next week to go get cash so we can go off island to get our ferry tickets and get our supplies. Now, Tara, Corey, Aya, Gabby, Lexi, Tara J, and the rest of the gang that watches this knows that I had to put my foot down this month because, Chloe knows this as well, that I had to go ahead and I gotta buy a new phone and I gotta buy some new shoes and socks and underwear. Purchases, that I gotta do. I've done my balance and budget to the T. I know where I stand money-wise. So, let's talk about some stuff, okay? So, the next project I got to do, which I did today, was look up fly rods. I'm going to go back tomorrow, Sunday I think it is, Sunday between 1 and 5, and I will spend some time there and get things done. Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, which means I will be taking my headphones and watching reviews too. Now, I'm only doing the library thing because I haven't been able to tether it to my computer since there's no phone, but I want to share with you a couple of things that I was talking to a couple people about. Now, a couple of people out there, okay, one of my family members, I love dearly, by the way, basically turned around and, let's just move that. Whoops, I didn't want to move that. I wanted to move that pic. So if I ever access this folder again, that the library doesn't throw a fit about a Filipino girl's, damn it, breasts. I know a girl that's trans who's got a nice pair of boobs. We'll just put that in the folder that says me. There we go. There we go. So, basically what's going on is there's a couple things going on, and I wanted to share it with you all. So, for one, as you all know, I'm trying to do a layaway for several things. I got to talk to Tara about some stuff. I did look into some layaways for firearms and, etc., etc., yeah, so, I did some research. I also have some news for portable TVs. Definitely want a portable TV. Definitely want a portable TV. Yeah, but the problem is you can't have the portable TV, Ray, because the TV, Now, one of the things I was looking for was this. Now, the reason I was looking for this PDF in general was to read you it. Now, the hospital sent me some stuff, and basically, a DMHP or DCR clinically assesses a person for the IDA. Now, basically, they tried to IDA me, and I walked out the front door. I told the doctor I was going to basically tell him to take flying leap, and I left. Basically, what Involuntary Treatment Act does is it's basically you're under arrest because they're basically saying you're gravely ill. Now, let me break it down to my cousin-in-law, Tara and Teddy, and the rest of the group. Now, if the person refuses all voluntary help, they can turn around and do involuntary. Now, Chloe is at that point where they're not going to do it, okay? And I want to explain why to the family. It says, it's important to remember that a mental disorder alone is not sufficient to justify involuntary detention, which means you get a lawyer, you have to have a probable cause hearing, you got 6 or 12-man jury. Basically, the state law meets one of 3 criteria. Danger to self. Well, Chloe's medical records can get her out of being a danger to herself because, the last set of medical records turned around and basically stated that she's suicidal. Alright, let's just say that, for example. You're suicidal, you get IDA. You refuse treatment. Problem with it is the doctor put in Chloe's record that she doesn't think Chloe's really suicidal. It's all a show. It's all a con. So technically, and self-diagnosed. So therefore, she doesn't think Chloe will ever procure or secure a rope to hang herself. Alright? Threaten harm towards others or herself. Well, again, she said she cuts herself to relieve anxiety and stress. Alright, that could look at it that way, but it's in her medical record that she does that. They can't use that. So the courts would have to throw it out. Substantially damage someone else's property. The property, well, let's just say she could break everything in this house, hypothetically, and she still will not be involuntary detained, alright? The courts don't want it, alright? She's been voluntary for endangered because she's not caring for her basic needs, eating, sleeping, clothing, and shelter. Well, technically, they basically tried to provide shelter, which was a homeless shelter. They provided her clothing and food and everything else. So no, and they also tried to provide her a house and a job, application. So technically, if it looked at her medical records, they could not, it shows severe deterioration of function, is not receiving essential care as needed for their health and safety. Well, again, she is. I mean, basically under that, let me put it this way. If the family got a call, well, let's just say hypothetically, the family got a call, and I went in with Chloe to, say, get her voluntary treatment. They're going to basically look at it as, well, look, you made threats against government officials. Let's just say hypothetically, you're doing it still. You're making threats against others. You held Rita against her will, which is a breaking of the law. You've done this, you've done that. You won't cook, you won't clean, you won't do anything. You're a freeloader. You're deteriorating, okay? But she could turn around and say, look, here's my records. This happened, this happened, this happened. They were supposed to help. Instead, they basically sent her voluntary. They didn't want to send her involuntary because the lady didn't want to waste the time for the DCR, the Designated Crisis Responder, to come out. To go into court, they have to deem that she's going to be an imminent threat, meaning within the next 5 minutes, for them to do the involuntary treatment. Now, with me, I basically came to senses booze isn't good, right? So let's just say, she goes into a 72-hour treatment facility. They sit there and say, well, Chloe, if you don't get meds and you don't do this and you don't do that, we're going to give you a court order. And Chloe's like, well, fuck you. All of a sudden, they can go into court, 3-day detention at that. That's what they did with Smokey. And they turned her into a 14-day restrictive, which means the inpatient, or they can discharge by the doctor, which they've done, saying she's medicated, she's good to go home, without a less restrictive alternative. Now, if it goes into the courts can turn around and issue 14 days, right? Now here's the thing. Let's just say she gets her 14 days, right? Involuntary, say, Cascade or Fairfax, or even, they put her in, Skagit or, St. Joe's or Compass or one of those, right? And Chloe's refusing treatment. Well, I refuse, motherfuckers. I'm not taking the meds. They can court order her to take the meds. And for a 30-day period. Now, after 30 days, they gotta sit there and say, these meds are working, we gotta give her a different one. But, in the meantime, while they're doing that, they could sit there and file after 14 days. Well, she's uncooperative, she ain't this, she ain't that, she needs 90 days. Now, 90 days basically starts when they find a bed and they ship you off to a state hospital. Western's shut down, so they'd have to wait for Eastern, which means Chloe would sit there and try to follow through treatment, but in the meantime, the court order says you're going to the state hospital. Now, let's just say she gets to the state hospital, right? And the state hospital basically says, oh, she's uncompliant, she's not taking meds, she's not getting better, she's worse. They can turn around and do a 180-day restrictive hospitalization, and then when it comes time to try to discharge her, they can either discharge her, give her a less restrictive alternative of 6 months to 2 years, which more likely would be a 2-year less restrictive alternative. So Chloe just pack up and leave anyway. He's gonna fucking to another state to avoid court order LOR, which is less restrictive alternative. Now the other thing is LR, and then The other thing is that they could issue a long-term treatment, which says, well, Chloe needs 3 to 5, maybe 10 or 20 years here. They can justification, but the judge has to reissue it every 6 months. So technically, that would be, otherwise the judge could sit there and dismiss it, saying, well, so once the psychiatrist basically thinks a 72-hour, a Superior Court Commissioner or judge presides, he or she's the following: order the person of 14 days additional involved. The facility may release the person whenever the clinical team thinks the treatment is complete, which they basically stated Chloe is safe to be discharged. That's why they sent her to the homeless shelter. Or they could do a 90-day less restrictive, 180 days in case of juvenile. Less restricted, Commission judge may accept the patient's agreement to stay in treatment involuntary. Or Chloe could turn around and say, fuck you, if you give me you send me out of the world, I'm going to go to another state. Fuck you, I'm not going to do your treatment. Fuck you. And they'll basically hold her, and, Or the judge may dismiss the case and the patient go free. Voluntary dismissal of the petition. So basically, to get involuntary, you have to be basically a threat to yourself within 5 minutes. The case may be continued revisited in any time. So Chloe basically fucking packed up and the judge says, oh, Chloe, we want to see you right now. Chloe says, fuck you, I'm in Ohio. Kiss my ass, motherfucker. I'm under my mom. So fuck you, you motherfucker. They can't do anything at that point because she's out of state. They want her out of state. They want to keep her out of state. So basically to do that, and that's why, when it comes to, the more restrictive orders for 90 or 180, which means more for long-term patients, So basically, every treatment period needs a court order. You see what I'm saying? So when I sent this to Tara, I tried to explain to Tara that, basically, to get a court order outpatient, Chloe's got to either break the law, which, holding me against my will is against the law, but she also has to do other things. Look. Me and Chloe were, talking about, involuntary today, and, the reason, let me just explain it to you, okay? Every time Chloe went into Harborview, Jenna knows this, the DCR came in and offered her voluntary treatment, and she took it. But, Harborview basically did the indefinite detention of 3 days while waiting for a bed because she lost her weapons rights. So technically, it's not that good. Whereas Washington State, has that thing where they're even involuntary detained, which means you are entitled to a lawyer, which, in that 72-hour detention hold, you're entitled to a lawyer. So basically, your rights were violated with weapons. So technically, she could sue Harborview and actually win a lot of money. But that's because they didn't tell her what needs to go. They just said she couldn't leave. She says, I will leave or else. And, well, they said, no, you're going to Cascade the last time. So basically, you have to be in imminent danger to self or others. So basically, if Chloe's walking and talking and breathing right now, doing dishes, which she is, getting ready for dinner, that is not considered an imminent threat. Now, an imminent threat is someone planning to do something right then and there. Now, for example, if Chloe gets decompressed and holds me against my will, that is considered an imminent threat. Unfortunately, let's just say, for the record, before I go into my other details, is for the record, the imminent threat basically has to happen, So, for example, I was going to go to the sheriff to get Chloe some help. It didn't happen, right? Because of it, that was an imminent threat at that time. Now, an imminent threat is like, for example, okay, let's just say Tara owns a gun. And Chloe's on the streets being a beggar and sees Tara, for example, hypothetically, and decides to go after Tara. Tara's got a split second to say, oh, I'm an imminent threat and drop her. Whereas she's got to say, I was in an imminent threat. Now, if Chloe's walking down the street, looks at Tara and goes, and then walks away, that's not an imminent threat. The state, basically, in this state, states an imminent threat has to be completely made. Now, Chloe going up to Tara and says, oh yeah, bitch, somebody go fucking plug your ass because I can. At that point, Tara can sit there and laugh and say, well, how are you going to use a firearm? You can't get one. Or two, she'll think, oh no, Chloe, but that's all words. You can report the words, but nothing else. Now, if she has a knife and she's getting ready to do something, that's an imminent threat. Where, say, Tara, for example, Tara doesn't own a firearm. She doesn't believe in them. Basically, she could drop him. Same with Corey. So technically, an imminent threat. Now, holding herself a knife to her throat and not being taken into a mental eval to be involuntary treated at the time, that's one of the things that I showed the doctor before Chloe left on my phone was, I showed him the video on the crappy phone I had. And let's just say he was more disgusted at the fact that police want to involuntary treat me for booze, which they can, and not go after a fucking mentally whack job that has a knife to her throat going, don't fucking mess me off every day. And literally, the group basically was trying to save Chloe's life from her doing something. Tara J was just doing what she thought was the best course of action. Yet, I know Tara J is angry because at the time, Tara J, I think, was more ass hurt, not ass hurt so much as hurt mentally that the police didn't do anything. If I put a knife to my throat and said, oh, you're going to go on blah, 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 blah on live YouTube, I better have the damn police come and handcuff me, take me up there. Otherwise, they're not doing their job. They just didn't want to deal with it. Oh, it's just Chloe again, so, and then when they put in the substance abuse thingy, look, I told the sheriff the other day, he's always been polite, shakes my hand, hey, Rita, what's up? I said, you can't involuntarily detain me because I'm not homicidal, suicidal, decompressing, I'm a little tipsy, and that's it. And I'm not dealing with a shithole doctor that accuses me of abusing Chloe. You want to talk to her about it? Doctor basically, I heard her say, oh, so Rita's the one being abused. Yeah, APS has been on the door. Now, let me put it to you this way. Alright, let me put it this way. Tara and Corey and the rest of the group, I know Tara J doesn't give a shit, but I love Tara J as a sister anyways. I still support her no matter what. So that's how I feel about Tara J. Problem is Tara J doesn't understand that a fellow trans sister who just emailed me asking me for my fucking copies of my letters so she can copy them to get her sex change, basically called the police and said there was a weapons charge. Now, they checked me. They didn't find weapons on me. They talked to Chloe for an hour and discharged me, saying there'd be a citation in the mail for resisting arrest and obstruction of justice. Unfortunately, the police didn't have anything to go off, so my group's now going after the fucking police department because of it. Now, they recommended I only do it to put them on notice that they shouldn't be fucking arresting someone and then making me wait 8 months for a citation. They have to have 14 days or less, 3 days to get it in the mail. Never happened. My record's clean. Now, unless Tara J knows something I don't, my record's clean. Now, let's get back to this whole mental health thing for a second. Definitely. What is this? Oh, it's a portable TV, right? Definitely want a portable TV. Yeah, I'll talk about the TV tonight. Okay, Rick, just see how. So basically, Chloe knows the involuntary treatment won't work because she has to be an imminent threat. Now, the only way she's going to get an invol, basically, is if, say, for example, those men in black come to our door and basically says, have you been doing this, this, and this against government officials? Then, no, that's the only way. Sheriff's not going to bother with it. The sheriff already said she's burned all her resources on this damn island. And because of it, the only less restrictive alternative is to go through court-ordered, and let me put it this way. The reason they don't do court orders that often, there's only about 4,000 to 5,000 in the state a year, is because it costs between $20,000 and $30,000 per court petition at the taxpayer's expense just to get it done. So they don't want to wait. Chloe to them is just a waste of money. She's been hospitalized 4 times. Let's just say, hypothetically, she gets an LRA. She'll just fucking pack up and leave. Everyone knows this. So technically, as people say, why don't you just pack up and leave now? Which I was talking to Teddy and Tara and saying, and other family members, that tickets on the table, literally, because for one. And as I told Tara, I'm always polite. I have a gold heart, or as Tara J says, my heart's on my shoulder. I look after everyone. Tara J even knows. The problem is with me right now, and Tara and Corey and everyone knows, I suffered not just one, but 2 minor heart attacks. So I'm on freaking restricted diet and less walking. I mean, like today, for example, I'll explain what happened today, okay? Tara and, one of the, not it was Tara, it was, I think it was Melissa. She's a girl that I did her wedding for, her wife and her. And she was writing me about staying indoors. I mean, she's like, look, the weather might be good right now. You don't have your gloves. You're going to freeze, which I need to buy gloves. That's one of the purchases coming up next week. Problem is Chloe, basically, this morning, let me tell you the story that's this morning. But anyways, let's go back to Involve. So unless Chloe's an immediate threat to anyone, there's nothing that can be done. People say, oh, well, she needs to be locked up for life. Well, thing is the courts don't want that because they think it's a waste of taxpayers' money. I mean, look. Yeah, she might have basically knocked down a couple employees and threatened to put a knife in her boss's head and threatened to basically, look, Tara and the rest of the gang knows that I basically disarmed Chloe with a knife that was embedded into her pants one night. She said she was gonna go scare a Scottish African woman that lived in our building. And the neighbor who's a heroin user. She was going to scare them. But at the time, she said she was going to plunge them in their head. Well, I disarmed her and ended up getting lost unconscious. So technically, that would be considered an immediate danger. But even if you said all this and you followed through and you left the paper trail, as the DCR said in Grant County, they just want her basically sitting there getting medicated going, hi, Chloe, how are you? And on top of that, as I talked in an email to the social worker today, who emailed me asking about decompression, thing is Chloe has the right mind to basically not take meds she refused. Same goes with Smokey Point. She refused her meds, she refused her medical record. They've been discharged 4 days later. So technically, if Chloe was a vulnerable adult, she couldn't make her own fucking decision. Like me, I made my decision to keep Chloe just, as everyone knows by now, for the retro check, but as I talked to the lady at the mental hospital tonight, the one that emailed me, there's nothing that can be done. They can't give it to her. I broke down the entire email, right? I basically said, look, Chloe, you guys sent the records over to Grant. Grant said she's bipolar 2. Another place, bipolar 1. Another place, schizoaffective, schizophrenia, borderline, narcissistic, antisocial, schizotypical, all these things, schizophrenic, All the lady reported back to me was, well, we think she's borderline, but if you take autism, throw it in a blender, like she said, that's what you get. The problem is they can diagnose. They put self-diagnosed Asperger's in parentheses, and I put all the way GID with self-diagnosed GID, which is gender identity dysphoria. So technically, you got these idiots, and even when I talked to the lady, I said, look, you and I know she can't be Ida because, she's got to go there, and then, whatever does the Ida, right? The Involuntary Treatment Act, or the Involuntary Treatment Court, has to determine, oh, well, there's a bed at Smoky, oh, there's a bed at St. Joe's, there's a bed in, oh, Chloe, you're going to go to the new hospital in Wenatchee. They can send her there. They can send her all the way to Spokane if she wanted. Wherever a bed's available, they will send her. And that means the taxpayers pay more money on ambulance service, too. Now, I know my sister and other sisters and family members are like, well, including Mama Danielle says, well, she could use it. Problem is as the social worker said, it ain't going to do any good because we have her records. And she said, look, Chloe agreed to getting a job in housing app. That basically put a nail right in her Social Security right there. Even if she is, I told the lady, I said, here's the breakdown of what I understand. And I told her, and she said, makes sense. We were going back and forth email-wise today. Makes sense because Chloe refuses treatment. She refuses treatment and etc. So technically, they basically put in all these and relationship problems. Yeah, the lady was basically painting a picture of the Chloe's borderline. And yet, at the same time, the lady basically tried to pinpoint to me the borderline. The sheriff said, look, the sheriff already seen my medical records. I did not hide them from him. That's why I'm friends with him. He's like, Look, Rita's been ruled out all of these. You can't basically blame her. She's got a booze problem because she's trying to cope with taking care of Chloe, which isn't easy. I mean, look, if I just took that money for booze, right, once in a while a bottle, right, and I turned around, pay attention everyone, and I turned around and decided to buy shaving cream and razor blades, Chloe would be happy. Instead, I was like, oh, bottle. Why? Because I wanted something to drink and I haven't had something to drink in 7 months. Chloe said go for it. I mean, look, last month we were so panicked about stuff, and so, give me a second. I just need to move this for a second. I need to check on the Chloe's fight, just to make sure she's okay. Are you doing up dishes? Alright. So Chloe's doing whatever on her computer, listening to me complain, but I'm not complaining about her, she knows this, but thing is you can't involuntary someone who's basically not an imminent threat. Now, they thought they can involuntary me on booze. I just walked out the front door and said, fuck you. Took Moppy and went on home. Then 3 weeks later, got a call here. Oh, talking about something interesting, okay, for all of you lovey-dovey people out there that does care for me. I sent a message to Tara Beehole, my admin, moderator, family friend, business associate, because I'm working with her on her business. I love Tara dearly. She knows this. Basically, the manager sent me an email today saying, is there any issues inside or around your apartment? I think that's the code word for is Chloe causing more trouble. Literally, the manager basically probably got a complaint from someone, maybe upstairs or downstairs, or, Chelsea might have complained, Shelby might have complained. Shelby's been complaining ever since she's been accused of raping Chloe, but, that's the other thing, or other issues, because, the manager got a hold of a copy of that order, the one that was delivered to Chloe, and, one of the old managers apparently got canned, but yeah, I mean, literally, I'm just furious at the fact that, things are happening. I know they're trying to protect me. I really do know they're trying to protect me. So, anyways, basically I wanted to share that with you all because, that's something that's interesting, that the manager emailed. Now, I got an email from a guy. I need to check his website out next time I'm at the library. I'm writing it down on my paper as we speak so I don't forget. On layaways for fly rods. One of the things is I'm more into fly rods anyways, but anyways, I need to get let's see, so basically, another guy was gonna get back to me on Monday. I don't know if he's retired or not, but my firearm dealers, they retired, so they recommended a place that I called, set up layaway with them, so I'm gonna get the, firearms I got rid of, safety issue because of Chloe. As you all know, the ticket's on the table, so I'm looking to rebuild. I'm also looking to rebuild and be happy, so, to-do list, basically, I wanted to share that with you all. Now, a lot of people say, well, why are you, why'd you get rid of the safety issue? I mean, look, when you have the Men in Black on your door, yeah, you do what you can to be a good patriot. But at the same time, I'm just tired, and, Oh, I did check on the, thing tonight before leaving. They gave free popcorn. I loaded up a popcorn over at the library. My sugar level, the lady gave me half a box of cookies. Sweetheart, she's in love with Moppy. But anyways, that's the literacy. So I was like on my computer listening to them. And the lady's like, Rita, did you want to input your something? I said, well, the only book I read recently was the DSM-5, and I explained it in detail. And I said I don't have it with me, but I enjoyed it. And people were sitting there actually enjoying it. One guy was a former DCR, designated crisis responder, that says, hey, if someone like you read it, you can understand, and he asked why. And I said, well, I have to understand Chloe a little better, but, basically, and so, yeah, anyways, I did that. I gotta make phone calls to this place for layaway on the first. They only do phone calls, so that's good. So, about Skyrim for a minute. I know Tara's like, video game. Basically, I found out when you return Skeleton Key, as long as you work on your skill tree, you can get your lock pick up to unbreakable locks, which is good for me because, last night I opened like 12, master doors and only lost about 30 picks doing it. And my lockpick skill is like 86, so it's like no problem, but I only have it set at novice right now on my skill tree because I'm just like, But that's something I like. My archery, my sneak, and my bow. My archery, my sneak, and my enchantment. I know TJ played Skyrim is all at 100. I just got those perk trees to make them legendary, so it's not bad. But right now I'm really good. I mean, I found out, not that I should talk about this. It's kind of funny, if you go and talk to a guard, right? The guard basically says, "Oh my God, what have you been eating? Your breath reeks." Check. Sorry, I was thinking of something. So basically, what happened is you get this ring from Namira, right? Namira's a Daedric prince or princess. Anyway, she gives you this ring where you can actually use it right in the game to get health back, stamina, and magicka. You can eat corpses, dead corpses laying on the ground. So you do that. Well, I was eating a corpse in front of people, and I got attacked by guards, so I wiped them all out, and then found out, even though I was in Solitude, I had a bounty of Whiterun. So I was like, dude, that's not cool. And then, when a Elder Dragon attacked, I ended up losing another person that I finished a quest for. So it's like, here's 94 coins out of 100. We're taxing 6 coins for this block, and it's like, man, that literally sucks, But I thought it was funny as hell, literally funny as hell. I got 3 out of the 5 guild special quests done. So I'm working on those, but I'm also taking Serana with me, going Spelunking. I really enjoy Spelunking. But anyway, back to the thing. So basically, Chloe can't be involved because unless she's an imminent threat. Now, they thought I was an imminent threat, but they didn't press on because the DCR basically said, look, we got Medicare and a service dog. We can't cater to the service dog, so let her out, and by that point, I walked out. Well, the sheriff said, well, I got out of it easy, but the sheriff looked up my records anyways and said, yeah, well, the reason for it is because you have Medicare and no one wants it. Now, if they have Medicaid, they might just involve anyway to be like, oh, state money. But, but anyways, no. So, because it's almost 9 o'clock, Chloe's gotta have to get dishes done. I gotta figure out what dinner is gonna be tonight. It's either gonna be ramen or spaghetti tonight, and frankly, my dishes have to be done so I can actually get the meal prepared. Because I'm not gonna, and that means she's gonna have to clean the pot. And sitting next to the toilet, I used a lot of boiling water, thank God the seal didn't break. But anyways, I emailed the manager, so she should get back to me Friday or Monday. Whether, if it's Chloe, we'll find out. If it's not Chloe, we'll find out. The thing is the sheriff came out for one day, and, et cetera, et cetera. There are issues in my apartment or around my apartment. I think it's either maintenance issues or Chloe. So, anyways, so tomorrow is going to be raining and Saturday, so I won't be going out. Chloe said she's staying in all day Friday and Saturday to clean rain days, so she's going to do cleaning. She's not afraid the manager's going to do an inspection. Maybe this will move her ass to get things moving because, me, I just suffered some setbacks physically, and let's talk about that for a minute, alright? Now, last night, Chloe was playing Skyrim, and she says, you want the TV? So I said, yes, because I have the Switch. When the Switch battery goes down to almost like 5%, it goes into hibernation. So I had to put it on the Switch dock, and I started playing it. Now, Chloe gets about 4 to 6 hours before I have to switch. So I was playing my Skyrim on the portable edition, and Chloe was playing it on the PS4. And so last night she's sitting there on bed watching me, and she's like, and then finally she fell asleep on the bed. So I stayed up till like 8:39 in the morning. So I told Chloe when I woke Chloe up, I said, when Chloe woke me up, I had my dilator in me all night, so I was like, just leave me alone. And people sit there and say, well, how do you sleep with a dilator? It works. It's just, you know how to handle it. I've dilated enough. So I just went to sleep, with it. It doesn't hurt me because, once it's in there, the pain goes away. I just like, so when I woke up, I had some great dreams, by the way. Chloe was munching on stuff, and I was just like, what a noisy person. So I ran out to bed, rolled over, and finally, Chloe was getting ready to leave, and this is where it was kind of, as I felt Tara and Teddy, kind of a trouble, because basically what happened was, Chloe was sitting there, and I said, "Oh, I'll meet you up at the library. I'm just gonna take my time, gonna wash my face and get dressed and have my dip, and just sit inside." I waited till like 5 o'clock or so. Well, anyway, Chloe came home. Now I noticed we had laundry money, and she's like needing something fizzy and soda-y because the bubbles. And the reason for it is she had some, I think, rice or walnuts or some stuck in her throat. And then, why go to the emergency room? So she's like, "Oh, I only came to the library." Well, at the time, I'm just like, trying to find my gloves. So I finally just packed up everything and went out, and I got reprimanded by Melissa. That Melissa was saying, "Why are you out there if you were, because I had the shopping cart and I had 2 laptops and pushing it." Well, I got up to the corner to go and take a right to go up to the library up the hill. Chloe, here. So she pushed the rest of the time, but just getting that far was just slow. And then, coming home, my hands went fucking numb. And, I mean, it's into the lower, like, 30s, between 26 and 31 tonight. So, living on an island. I mean, I love living on the island. I have no trouble with it. It's just, honestly, that is, so, when I got there, my email application's acting up. I gotta go in and just delete the fucking email and just get it over with because the server's trying to upload everything, and it's like, no, just, So I went into Gmail and checked it that way and then deleted everything. Apparently Gmail's spam filter is not as good as it used to be because I mark everything as spam that I get and I still get the shit. So I'm gonna have to hit spam and unsubscribe next because I'm frankly, But anyway, so I got 66 reviews to watch, including some stuff coming out. I gotta open up a folder tonight. I also got a Word doc I gotta work on to print out and send off to an email company that I'm working with. But yeah, anyways, I just wanted to share that with you all. And on other news, getting to the thing, I was telling Tara about a couple of issues, and Tara, basically, a lot of family members. I'm not talking just family members, but extended family and Mother Danielle, but they all think close, selfish, and to me, it's like, etc. But I will tell you one bit of good news. Chloe asked me to go on to the Washington Access site for her. I have it set up with a password so I can check in on her benefits. And apparently cash assistance was denied because she didn't make an appointment at the 16th and get mental help. But her food stamps has been reinstated for another 12 months, so at $197. So not bad, $197. So she gets $197. I get $15. I gotta fill that out, send it out this week, and I got a letter to send out to Tara and a letter to send out to Nintendo. I'm waiting for the rest. I gotta get a printer, which is budgeted. That's something I want to share with you. I'm excited. But anyways, I gotta look at printers on tomorrow at the website because I do mind that. I also gotta get in touch with Dinky about more pens, and that DS. But yeah, I'm gonna order it on, and I gotta talk to Tara about the other supplies I need, which is what I'm talking to Tara about right now, in my struggles to have peace, and a lot of people know it's hard to have peace when you got, all this stuff. Now, the manager's thinking, Chloe, I'll let you know about that as soon as I get an email back, but like I said, weather permitting, of course. Now, the food stamp thing, Chloe should feel relieved. She's gonna eat. She's not gonna have any crumbs. I'm gonna eat too. Basically, she wanted to go to CMAR, but as I sent the lady at the mental hospital who emailed me, I said, I don't want to pay $250 to $350 $280 to $350 for ferry tickets for her to go, but, she's burned her bridges on this island, basically. I mean, she told the hospital where to stick it. And so they basically terminated services with me. So I gotta go all the way to Mount Vernon for a primary care physician, which is not bad. I mean, I hear she's really good. But I wanted that young doctor that's cute. The problem is the young doctor, but my main thing is I need my medical records to see what's in it because, they're really being stingy with it. And by law, they have 15 days, 15 days total, 2 weeks to get it out to me. And I sent it out today's Thursday, so 24 days ago, so they should have had it mailed by now. So I'm hoping to get it any day to look it over and see what it is to share with you, because Tara and Teddy are curious what the fuck's in it. Because I'm more interested in the ER report than the fucking clinic. I mean, the clinic I'm interested because psychiatrist put in her part on my record, and if she thinks I'm borderline, I'm going after them. My lawyer group says they can't diagnose in one setting. Even the psychiatrist said this, but the same psychiatrist basically was the one who signed in Chloe for voluntary. So I understand the IDA thing a little better, but the problem is like I said, you know, she's got to be an imminent threat. Now, other news. Alright, other news. I we'll write a letter to Nintendo asking for Legend of Zelda, Link to the Past, Skyward Swords. I know Tara J is listening to Skyward Swords, and Legend of Zelda, what's that one game called, Tara J? Wind Waker. All to go to Switch, because they're remaking The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening, which a lot of people think is a great idea for Switch. The problem is they need to do the Super NES version. I want to see them remake Legend of Zelda 1, but you know how that is. They're going to basically want to leave that as a classic, you know, from starting in the Zelda series. But the other game I want to share with you all, which I'm working on from Teddy, thanks to Teddy, was a game called Darkest Dungeon. Now, Darkest Dungeon is really badass, okay? Darkest Dungeon's coming out for, Darkest Dungeon 2, I should say, is coming out for the Switch and PS4 and stuff. And I'm really stoked because the first one was 150 hours. And I'm literally telling you, I love these RPGs because I get to sit down and play them and not even give a damn. Which I've already made arrangements to get a Switch case. And I forgot to budget in the budget for $55 for 2 games that I requested. I'll have to find out what games I requested through Limited because, you know, I'm an RPG gamer. Ouch. And, I'm an RPG gamer. And, yeah, this tabletop. I put my desktop on my dresser, my grandmother's dresser, because, frankly, the problem with it is the desk is so thick that the base was broken, but at least I have this set up, and it looks nice anyways, as long as no one bothers it. See, they didn't take the screws out. They're fucking lazy, the movers. And then they wanted me to pay the $100. And then I paid the one guy, and he thought he should have gotten less. I even tried to get him to get some, you know, he had connections and stuff, and he didn't get to it. He just went home to sleep, and the other guy left his drill and everything else. And was like, "Oh, yeah, where did you owe me $150?" It's like, "You broke my desk, sir. So I have half a desk, and you know, your drill was lost." Oh well, I told you to take the screws out, but you're fucking lazy and didn't want to listen. So kiss my ass, you know. I mean, literally. But anyway, so that was the latest on the gaming news, you know, on RPGs. I did look over things. I'm gonna watch some reviews Sunday through Wednesday. I'm gonna watch that. I'm gonna check out some stuff. I did go to Ruger. I made a list on a spreadsheet of what firearms I want to replace. Definitely I'm gonna do that. I'm going to have it shipped from Kentucky. Another Kentucky family member said, "Oh, go through this place. They're good." So that's what I'm doing, you know, FFL to Washington or Oregon, more likely Oregon, because I trust my family to hold on to them, and it's my safe I buy, so it's in their possession till I move, because I don't want, you know, that issue. Now, I know Tara's probably happy I found someone that's willing to work with me again. I just love layaway. But anyways, that's another story for Living Simply Fun, but anyways, so, you know, I talked to a game company about pre-orders. I gotta get stuff set up. I gotta set up pre-orders, which means I gotta modify a spreadsheet tonight, after dinner, or tomorrow. Probably tomorrow while Chloe's cleaning. I'll do some spreadsheet and Word doc here at home to be loafing around. I'll be in my jammies all day as long as it's raining. Like I said, the only thing I'm looking forward to is Friday and Saturday's mail. Monday again through, Friday, or Saturday's mail, you know. Another thing I wanted to talk about was, I stockpiled tobacco, so I got 9 unopened rolls still. I just tried the Dark Mint, Yeah, it tastes somewhat like a minty a barbecue, a roasted barbecued lamb leg with mint jelly is what I'm figuring. It's not bad. It's not my cup of tea, but usually I like mint, wintergreen, and my grizzly stuff. But the extra stuff's not bad either. So I'm gonna pick up another roll of spearmint and cherry tobacco next month. I'm running low of those. Those are my favorites. But I haven't tried some other flavors. Copenhagen, I wanted that smooth wintergreen. They didn't hear that, so I got regular wintergreen. So I'll be trying that out too. I mean, otherwise, I can't complain. My stockpile lasted, and this whole time, being the 21st, it was 7 days ago, is not bad at all for this whole month. I'm just hoping everything gets a little better. So, on that aspect. And so, I also, as you all know, basically the only other things I gotta do when I get the phone for April's budget is I'm requesting my medical records from Compass and Grant Integrated Services to see what's going on because frankly, I'd like to know what's in my records myself because they keep basically saying, yo, well, you're schizophrenic bipolar. No, I'm not. My emergency room kept stacking up everything in a place. Me, I'm not either any of them. Literally. But yeah, I like to binge drink, but is that a crime? I'm not breaking any laws. I don't think drinking too much. What? Drunken disorderly staggering after I'm not causing trouble for anyone. I mean, yeah, I ended up the emergency room twice. Fuck it. My resources? No problem, And the other thing I'm budgeting is glasses. That's something I wanted to share with you all. I will be getting glasses soon. I just gotta budget it, but as Tara said, I should look into moving off the island when I can, and so I'm requested applications. Unfortunately, the people didn't email me back, so that'll be Tara's court if Tara wants me to move, then, But my main problem is this, okay? I'm going to say it here in the video for everyone. Now, I know Tara and Corey's been talking about packing up going to Texas. Frankly, I don't really want to leave the island because I love living on an island. And two, if they're going to Texas, what's the point of me moving to frickin' Oregon? See? They go to Texas, I'm stuck in Oregon. I don't want to be stuck in Oregon. I don't know anyone in Oregon. I know my cousin Bob would visit me, but otherwise, I don't have anyone in Oregon. What, doctor's appointments? I can make appointments for heart doctors in Mount Vernon if I have to, or other places. I just don't, my main thing is I live on an island, and, the resources here are great, but, everyone thinks, well, the resources aren't great because of Chloe, and to me, I'm just getting fed up, but, like I said, I mean, that's something that's been toying with the idea. I know families like, oh, come on and move, and, I mean, yeah, it would come in handy, but, here's the problem with it, okay? Maybe Tara thinks it would be better for me in Oregon because the development of disabled programs can set me up with rides and get me to the doctor's appointment, get me shopping. But the thing is I do all my stuff independent already. How much more do I need to do, I mean, I know they're looking out for me. I mean, they're awesome family members, but, I mean, look, when I was going through special ed, we had to learn how to look at ads, okay? Does anyone see any ads anymore besides Fred Meyer, Safeway, Albertsons? No. I mean, literally, you don't see many food ads anymore. You have to request the King does, and Friday Harbor Marketplace never does. I've never seen an ad yet. And then they're like, make your shopping list. Yeah, I make a shopping list all the time. These are things that I was taught. I mean, I think, in some ways life skills would have been a little better for Chloe because, I mean, she's lived a bit, but, my opinion is that certain things. I know Chloe can balance money out. I know Chloe can, that's the thing. Social Security doesn't think Chloe can balance money out, and her record says she has financial trouble all the time. So, that's something that makes Chloe look bad, but at the same time, life skills, certain things. I mean, Chloe, they're saying, well, Chloe can go to work. Chloe's got skills. Chloe's been to college. I haven't had college. I haven't got my high school diploma. I never graduated ninth. So, I might have graduated ninth. I don't know. My thing is, it was 8. So, technically, I'm one of these stupid stooges that just try to live my life. But, certain discussions with family, Tara knows this being disabled, is I ask her advice before I go do anything stupid, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go buy me a Lenovo Yoga, and she'd be like, can you afford it? Or, yeah, okay, I mean, sometimes I joke with her, oh, I'll take it off your hands. That's what she has, a little mini microcomputer. Oh, I thought about toting one around, tethering it to the ferry signal is shitty, so, but, it's spotty at best when you're on the ferry, but, my opinion is I love, them deeply, so I asked them, like the printer, I mean, the only reason why I'm buying a printer is I just don't want to keep writing everything out by hand. It takes too fucking long. And I want to get things done and make a preliminary letter, and modify it when I want. Hit print and sign my name to it, I mean, it's in a digital age where, a printer would come in handy for me. And I'm getting too old to keep writing letters. I mean, yeah, I'll sign my name to it, but honestly, there you go, And then you got, other issues, like I said, I love family dearly, and I always consult. Now, video games, I don't consult with Tara because I know what Tara thinks of games, but, like I wanted to consult with her on books. There's a couple books I want, but I want to consult with her before I go dive in the deep end and just go and buy them too, because I want to hear her opinion, will it be worth it? Should I wait? I mean, this is why I ask family. Now, when I can ask for advice, it's like me being president or being the Jarl or the Queen of Skyrim. I ask advice to my advisors like Corey Tara because I don't want to do something fucking stupid. If Tara comes around and says, oh, ask Corey, should I get a bow or a crossbow or, rebuild my firearms? Ask Corey, okay. Otherwise, ask Corey. He's the one that does it. But when it comes to Tara, I'm like, well, I want to get a printer, and she's like, well, think of the ink cost, or, I need to get socks and underwear. I mean, I just found out my socks are so fucking thin that I got holes in them. I mean, I was looking at a pair today, and I put them on, and I mean, they're so fucking paper thin, it's not even funny. My feet I had to throw them in the trash, so Tara knows that, but I also got to put my foot down and say no, and that's the thing. When it comes to eating out, I only go to certain places. Burger King, not in Anacortes. There is one in next to Walmart. Or Taco Bell, KFC. Now, I know it's bad for my heart, but I only eat out once a month. Next month, I'll probably be eating out twice a month. Or maybe 3 times because I have to go back to Anacortes for a psychiatrist, therapist, mental health. I'm supposed to spend 4 to 6 hours in a mental place just checking it out, seeing what services they provide. Because, I've been trying to get help for myself, and that's where family basically laugh because they sit there and they say, well, at least you're trying. It seems Chloe isn't trying. I mean, look at Chloe's mom, for example. Okay, I'm not going to badmouth her. Chloe's mom turns around and basically states, that she thinks that Chloe is destroying her own sense of purpose, and Chloe, you do know it's almost 10 o'clock. Can't we get some dinner soon? So basically, I gotta get the dishes gotta be done so I can make up our dinner tonight. But anyway, basically, it's almost 10, so, but anyway, basically what I'm trying to say is, with Chloe's mom, Chloe says she's self-damaging her own chances of Social Security and stuff, which, obviously it's true. I mean, like the sheriff said, she's self-damaging it. He's a psychiatrist, and he's like, look, she self-damaged it, she self-damaged this. I mean, hold on 1 second, I'm gonna continue this. I just gotta grab something real quick. Low sugar level. So anyway, we're gonna eat something while I'm waiting. Walnuts. Got Chloe munching on them earlier. So it's family thing, But alright, so basically, I don't like waiting. That's my problem. One of my pet peeves is waiting. I mean, literally, I truly do not like waiting. And that's because, I don't like waiting. I mean, I'm waiting long enough for a mental record to see what's going on, and then I gotta pay for my own, which, I gotta budget it out. 1 record a month to get it done. And, go from there. So as soon as my phone's restored, I believe March 4th will be phone call day. You know? So, so March 4th will be phone call day. And, I will basically, you know, call up on the layaway. Call up, what was that one guy's name? Call up the layaway. Call up this clinic, finding out about my record, and I'm going from there, you know. So, 1 pound of walnut crushed. I knew a guy was crushing 50-pound bags. I was like, man, I had perfect time. I don't know why his niece needed 50 pounds of walnut. He had like sacks of them, and I don't know. I mean, it's weird. It's like, dear God, go crush my walnut. So anyways, once the phone freaks out, I still gotta look on the internet again, you know, at home. But, you know, I can tether it to my phone if I'm just doing spreadsheets. And spreadsheets and websites don't take too much. The videos will take too long. So, but yeah, so, you know, I think walnut infused coffee wouldn't be too bad. So, but anyways, I hope you all understand the involuntary treatment. You know, some people say, well, fully easily locked it. Tea is far away. Tea. Problem is, they won't do it. The mental health system doesn't want to do that. They want mandatory outpatient. Of course, mandatory means outpatient if you get court order. You can just leave the state. You're not going to pursue, you know, because of it. You know, not basically placing you under arrest anyways. And, you know, the violation of someone's rights, you know. Chloe, you know, won't comply, so not to work comply, won't comply with meds, won't comply with treatment. So, the hospital basically in Pokey just dumped her. Not complying. Well, 42 pages of uselessness, too. You know? So, So, anyway. So, there we have it. I think I covered everything. So, happy about Darkest Dungeon 2, Legend of Zelda. Just gotta sit down and talk to Tara about my order. You know. Two things. I was gonna get a large bag, a large jug of peanut butter. I think I'll wait. I kind of like double and triple dipping like $2. She's like, Yeah, I know. Talking with my mouth full. So what the heck? So, there you have it, everyone. You know, a little light update for y'all. We're happy to have, the library get popcorn and drinks. What the hell? Oh, cool. I can see myself going there just for popcorn and discussing books. So, we'll be able to make dinner tonight, whether it's spaghetti, chili, or ramen. More likely to be spaghetti. Sure, I don't mind ramen either. I mean, simple and quick. I mean, all I gotta do is work on a Word doc, and other things tomorrow. Chloe said tomorrow and Saturday is a clean day. he doesn't want to go out while it's raining. So, anyways, wanted to say that to you all. I love every one of you, and, basically I will keep you informed. My internet to-do list is being put together for Sunday and Wednesday. I gotta work on reviews, and once I get my thing put together, it should be fine. You know, E3 is coming up in a couple months. I'm looking forward to seeing what games pop up on E3. What they're coming out with RPG wise. Because every year we get some new RPGs, and every year I pre-order them. So maybe this is the year of the RPGs. I doubt it. Usually they let the market with too much sports and other crap. Maybe we'll get a new Mario game. Maybe they'll remake Mario Land 1 and 2. That'd be cool. Anyways, so all of that said, please add and subscribe. Post comments, leave feedback, suggestions. Just keep it nice is all we ask. Hit that like and subscribe button and that bell notification to notify of new content. Thanks for watching, everyone, and enjoy every puff.